At the B County Courthouse, Commissioners Courtroom number 110, 105 West Corpus Christi Street, Beeville, Texas 78102. That was agenda item number 1 to the call to order. Agenda item number 2, prayer. Please stand and join Commissioner DeWitt in a brief prayer. Thank you, Commissioner
DeWitt.
Thank you, Judge.
Father God, thank you for this day. Thank you for life. Thank you for the beautiful rain that you've given us, sir. We really do appreciate it. Guide us, direct us, help us to make the best direction that we can for the county. Give us a little more rain if you would, please. We ask all these things in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now the Texas Pledge. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Pretty nice, right? Strong. I know, I felt it. No, it's just kind of in a flow state. I'm in a flow state right now. Yeah, everything's going well.
It's the rain. That's what's doing it.
All right, we're at agenda item number 4, recognition of visitors. Thank you all for being here today. I know we have a big group of visitors. There's no obligation or need that you do so at this time. In fact, if you're intending to make a public comment or you're going to speak on a particular agenda item later on in our agenda, you don't need to do anything, but you're more than welcome to if you want to. And if you don't intend on making public comment and are not here for any particular agenda item, if you'd like to identify yourself for purposes of our record, you may do so at this time. Okay, thank you all for being here. We'll move on to agenda item number 5, Commissioners Court opening remarks. Commissioner Olivares, you have the floor, sir.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, I'd like to start out with some recognition to all of our armed forces that kept us safe, protected us from many harm's way. Having the opportunity to travel around the world, no matter what people say about where we live at in the USA, we still live in one of the safest, one of the best places anyone could ever imagine. But thanks to our people with the armed forces, we're able to do that. So I'd like to start out with a little bit of recognition. Over the weekend, we did have a little bit of rain that came through, which was great. Unfortunately, we had a down power line, but I'd like to recognize our Road and Bridge Department that quickly responded to this down powered line, which was in Skidmore. And it was a live line. We could hear it buzzing. So Ray and Jonathan, thank you for getting your crews out there. They did a fantastic job in isolating the area. Moving that quickly doesn't happen automatically. You know, I want to thank our emergency manager here, Mr. Ryan Garza, who I like to call one call, that's all. One call, that's all. So I made one call and everything started getting taken care of. So Ryan, thank you very much for making things happen in South Bee County and protecting our constituents. In addition to that, we had a little bit of rain as well. Thanks again to Road and Bridge. Our Silver Creek low water crossing got full of water. It was impassable, but thanks to Road and Bridge, we put out some safety cones to make sure nobody crossed through there. And good thing for us and good thing for the court to understand is that water moves pretty quickly, and it was down the next day. But it gave us a good opportunity to do some additional benchmarks on where that water was going to go. So good things there. I had a couple of meetings. The first meeting on considering water, I had a meeting with Mr. Lonnie Stewart, who is the president of the Beeville Groundwater Conservation District, and got an update on him from some of the wells that potentially being drilled and for permitting. But currently, it really doesn't identify here to Beeville, but there are 2 test wells that have been drilled for the Corpus water, and those are produced wells. However, even though they're drilled and they are capable of producing, they're not producing at this time. Some of the permitting is still on hold, so more to come with that. Also held a meeting with the city, Mr. Daniel Dorgant, and got an update on the water status. And actually, you know, as much challenge the city got for maybe starting late, we're actually ahead of the game compared to everyone else. So they're doing very well, progressing well with their schedule, so things are going well. I also held a town hall meeting in Papalote, and the purpose of the town hall meeting was to, number one, was to review perform a constructability review on a 30% design review on the bridges slash and/or culverts that's going to go there. So we shared that with the residents there, identified any concerns that they may have had, and also laid out a plan. This was led by Anna Aldridge, and the design lead engineer that did the design for the bridges was there. Great presentation. Once we get it cleaned up, I'll get that out to everyone, and we can make it part of the minutes. Good information. One point of interest, that the money that we received was pre-COVID. The estimates we did was pre-COVID. Unfortunately, like everyone is aware, the dollars have gone up, so the cost of actually going in with 2 bridges may be altered a little bit. We may have to change our design to going with some large culverts, but it will still serve the purpose, so just a little bit of a workaround. So we're still looking into the cost on how we can get that done. Also, I attended a BAP board meeting past couple of weeks. Meeting went very well. Then on the big anticipated new building that the county is going to be getting is our B County Annex. Recognition to John Izagiri for coordinating meetings with our contractors, which Francis Melvin was also participating in that. One of the last big items, I would say, is fire alarm systems. But because we do not have a fire marshal, Francis has been working with the city and reaching out, how do we close this gap? So we'll have that gap closed pretty quickly. We are waiting on a cost estimate on what it's going to take to get that building up and running again. So that's the big item. We did identify another roof leak where we're leaking some water thanks to the rain. But it's a puzzle leak because the last rain we had, it didn't leak. This rain we had, it leaked. So we have our contractors on board trying to identify where this leak is. Now, the positive of that is that it's happening now before we get everybody moved in and get that fixed. It's not a big leak, but it's enough to be a nuisance. So, and that's the only leak that we've identified. So we'll find it. We'll get that going. The floors are going very well. If you hadn't had an opportunity to pass by the building, do so. Just by laying the floor gives it a whole different outlook. Really looking good. And that's really about it. So, Commissioner?
Good morning. This past 2 weeks have been mostly consumed with the Finish Street project, and you'll see item 12 on there a little bit later on today. And I had one drainage call. We hadn't had a water issue in a good while, but it was good. I got out there to go visit with them, and we got that taken care of. I had 2 meetings with the Bee Development Authority, getting ready to launch our food trucks out there June the 5th. We had our first Navy jet stop by and buy fuel from us. So that was a big one there. So we're looking forward to more of those coming along. I went and supported our Beeville Volunteer Fire Department in their annual fundraising barbecue. And then like I said, I had several meetings with Ray Longoria and Jonathan Gutierrez from Road and Bridge on Finish Street. We visited with the neighbors over there. There's some big changes going to come on Finish Street. We have a half mile that belongs to the county. Talking about trimming trees, and when you start trimming oak trees around here, everybody gets real touchy about you cutting their trees down. So that and adding a few lights, but you'll hear more about that in just a little bit. Also attended the VFW memorial service, and that was very, very well attended. A bigger crowd than I've seen in a long time. So they went out there, and so that's my 2 weeks there. I'll pass that on, Judge.
Thank you. Commissioner?
Thank you, Judge. I'm going to bounce around a little bit. Had the honor of attending the Mineral Memorial Cemetery. They have it every year at Memorial Day. For those of you that aren't familiar with the Mineral Cemetery, it's been in place since the mid-1800s. And there are some grave sites there. Most of you that took Texas history know that at one time Texas was a republic. It was an independent country. There are a couple of grave sites there that have medallions at the grave site that says they were a citizen of the Republic of Texas. And that would have been in 1836 when they were probably born. And they were a citizen of the Republic. I think it was a republic for, 9 years, Judge, till 1845. But that's a very, very old cemetery. It's well taken care of. The people are very proud of it. And I was honored to be able to be there again this year. There were probably 100 people there. They come in from all over the United States to be there. We had a person that brings a guitar. He sings songs that he makes up about Mineral and about B County. So it was very well attended, and like I say, pleased to be there. I want to shout out to Road and Bridge. The Mineral Cemetery Road comes off of Farm to Market 673. This last year, they did a lot of work on that Mineral Cemetery Road. It was in beautiful shape. The road going to the actual cemetery was in beautiful shape. They had gone in and done some trimming. I had gotten some comments in years past about some of the road conditions. The comments I got this year were all positive, so thank you guys. I could stand there with my head held high and tell them, yep, Road and Bridge does a great job. So everything was in good shape, no potholes. The brush wasn't close to the road, so y'all did a good job. And it was ready in enough time that it didn't look like you'd been in there the day before and done it. So thank you. While we're talking about highways, we need to have a highway and county road class again. I'm getting calls from people about county road, if you would, 673. And I said, that's not a county road, that's a state farm to market road. No, the county takes care of it. No, they don't. So you go through with them the difference between a state highway, a farm to market road, and a county road. In all of our subdivisions out in the county, Pettus, Pawnee, Skidmore, those are county roads. Even though we might call them a street, they are county roads. The county maintains them. Farm to Market 673, which goes from Loop 351, if you would, down past McCoy's, through Mineral to Pawnee, is a state farm to market road. It is in bad shape. They're not potholes, it's called scabs, where the pavement will pop out about that thick and a hole about this big around. There's several. I talked to the highway department this week. They're currently working on the farm to market road that goes to the children's home. Let's see, it is number 2617. As soon as they finish that, they're going to get on 673, the one that goes from Beeville to Mineral. They're going to widen it, they're going to fix it, it's going to be done. But for those of you that think that the county should be maintaining it, I wish we could. We've got all we can handle, and the state won't let us touch their roads. It is a farm to market road. It is not a county road. Because I'm getting call after call about, why don't y'all fix that road? I said, we can't. It is a state highway, and they have funds. They've already done from Mineral to Pawnee. It is in great shape. They're going to fix to get ready to do this one as soon as they finish the one at the children's home. Okay, let's see what else I have here. Also talked to the highway department. Y'all remember about a year ago we talked about the engineers and the surveyors were out on 181 bypass. Everybody said, what are they doing? Well, they're doing their hydrological studies, they're doing this and that. I talked to the highway department this last week. They're finalizing where the bypass comes back into 181 north of Beeville and goes toward Normanna. They're going to do from that bypass to Normanna. They've got to build a new bridge. There's a cemetery there they have to take into account. They're going to be using the old railroad right-of-way. They're talking about 5 lanes. That's probably going to start in the next 18 months. But they're finalizing the plans right now. So they told me they wanted to go as far as Charcoal Road, but they didn't have the funds. That bridge is going to cost a lot of money. So that is going to be in the works, so we'll have to deal with that. Several months ago, and I've talked about this before, this court approved repairs to the community center in Pettus. The environmental group in Pettus was going to do that at their total expense and their total labor. Pleased to announce they've replaced all the ceiling tile now. They're doing the painting on the inside. And Judge, I'm here to say it's first-class work.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
It is.
Really appreciate their.
It is first class. And we have to thank Melissa Sanchez. She's got the whip that kind of keeps it all going. And it's coming along really well, and it's looking great. I know that our maintenance crew is working on getting a door, replacing the 2 front doors. That'll be the next part of the project. But what we lack in the building, I think they still lack putting the LED lights in and painting the outside.
I apologize for that interruption. And
That's right, Judge.
I love everything that you're saying.
With that, I will pass it to you, sir.
Thank you, Commissioner. That really is good news about the Pettus Community Center. And my appreciation, along with yours and everybody on on Commissioners Court, goes out to the community volunteers
Yes,
that
sir.
have funded and executed that plan. I just have a couple things. Briefly, I'd like to say on behalf of Commissioners Court, we're keeping Commissioner Lenny in our thoughts and prayers as he recovers. I think everything went well, but he's still going to be out for a little bit. We look forward to his swift recovery and return to Commissioners Court. I'd also like to express that we will continue to keep the family of Judge Harvey Hardwick in our thoughts and prayers as they go through a personal situation that nobody would wish on their worst enemy. So I truly hope a positive outcome with that. But it's important for us to let them know that, like I said, that we're thinking about them and that we're praying that a good result is met in that issue. I'd also ask that we take a brief moment of silence. We lost a local community servant leader, somebody that everybody in this room, anybody that's lived in Beeville or is from Beeville over the last 50 years, knew and probably has a warm-hearted anecdote about, probably, most likely from an interaction at HEB, but the community lost Fred Marone recently, and he was a wonderful man. I don't know. I'm sure there's somebody out there that didn't like him, but I never met him and never heard anything about anybody that could find a single critical thing to say about Mr. Moron. His loss will be felt not only by his family, but by the community for a long time to come. So if everybody would just please join me in a brief moment of silence. To the Moron family, we extend our sincere and deep condolences on the loss of Fred. Okay, moving on, public comment. Are there any members of the public who wish to address Commissioners Court? Hearing none, we'll move on. Agenda item number 7. The following items are of administrative nature. Commissioners Court has been furnished documentation on each item, and all such items may be acted upon by one vote without being discussed separately unless requested by a commissioner or county judge.
Move to approve with the comment?
I have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Commissioner DeWitt, you have the floor.
Yes, Judge, the only thing I would like to call everybody's attention to, looking over the overtime, the comp time report, everybody's doing a great job. There's a couple of departments, and I won't call them out, that probably need to look at their totals and kind of get those totals down. I understand there's things that happen and you can't do that, but just to let everybody know that the Commissioners Court does take a look at that. Also, call out the B County Internal Auditor's Report. Ms. Puga has done another great job. She did an audit of the maintenance department. Everything was fine, but the detail in her report is very impressive. So, Ms. Puga, you're doing a good job, ma'am. That's it, sir.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes without exception. Moving on, discuss and consider action on the following items. Agenda item number 8, approve removal of courthouse oak tree due to structural failure at the base of the tree trunk. By this time, everybody's seen our one of our gloriously large oak trees on the front lawn sustained a crackage of a large primary limb which extended to the trunk and left a gaping hole. The reason why this is in front of Commissioners Court is twofold. One, I didn't want to make a unilateral decision to destroy an oak tree unnecessarily without some due diligence, and also to give the county an opportunity to have somebody with particularized knowledge of oak trees and the ability to salvage them come in and look and see, can we, because my first thought was I've seen plenty of oak trees that have concrete or something up half the side of them, and they seem to be doing well. So I thought, well, maybe there's something we can do to save the tree. But the gentleman, that Tree Trimming Pro company, Representative Sergio Peralta, said it doesn't think that it's a repairable tree. So removal is going to be necessary. Do we have any additional information on that? Do we have any cost estimates or anything? Okay, so maybe I jumped the gun on getting this on the agenda, but let's talk about the tree. I'd open the floor to discussion if there's any input, thoughts.
My concern is just the safety aspect
Yeah.
for the people that come to and from the courthouse, as far as that. That's why I had them,
Cordon it off.
yeah, I had them put the yellow tape around it, keep away from it.
Great. Anything else?
I walked over to the tree, if you would, Commissioner, and it's a highly technical word, it's pithy. The wood is pithy.
Pithy.
And that's not good,
No.
which means the whole tree's weak and it does need to come out, Judge.
I think what I'll probably do is just go ahead and proceed. We'll have budget money that we'll have to find. Always, every time I bring up the budget. She's our good gatekeeper. But yeah, we'll need to just get some quotes, and unless it's a substantial quote, I probably won't bring it back before Commissioners Court. I'm happy to entertain a vote to approve me removing the tree at whatever cost, but.
We might think about replacing it with another one also,
Oh, sure.
just a thought.
Yeah.
Same, have it professionally done.
We'll get some quotes, and if I feel I need to bring it back to Commissioners Court for further discussion, I will, but otherwise, I'll just proceed.
I move to approve to proceed.
Oh, I got a motion
Second.
to approve and a second. Any further discussion? That worked out well. Thank you, gentlemen. If there's no further discussion, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion passes without exception. Agenda item number 9, update on criminal justice information services completeness percentages for B County. Who's here this morning for CJIS?
That's you.
For those of you maybe watching online or sitting in the audience that aren't aware of what the Criminal Justice Information Services completeness percentages phrase means, CJIS is the colloquial term for this. CJIS is a state metric that is used to determine and to ensure the orderly processing of litigation and courtroom proceedings in every county in the state of Texas. The state is interested in monitoring this to ensure that the citizens of the state of Texas have fair and equal access to justice, that justice moves with reasonable expediency, which for anybody who's not a lawyer or a judge, it probably sounds like a farcical statement, but I assure you, having been involved in civil cases that have lasted over a decade, sometimes it seems really slow, but our courts, they're already incredibly busy. So what CJIS does is it ensures that every time an individual is arrested, if that case doesn't actually go to the prosecutor's office, then law enforcement has to enter in some type of record that closes that matter out. If it goes to the prosecutor's office and the prosecutor decides not to indict or file an information on the case, there's something in a computer system that they have to fill out to close that case out. If a case is filed in one of our county or district courts, at the conclusion of that case, there are some online documents that our clerks have to close and fill out. In some cases, our judges also have to enter in some information. It is a very, very cumbersome project. It's largely led historically by the B County Clerk's Office. And every year by August 1st or August 30th, one or the other, each county in the state of Texas has to have a 90% completion rate for the trailing 5-year period. So for us, it's fiscal years 21 through 26. 90% of the cases that have popped up during that time frame have to be resolved, and we have to get to 90. And the reason why we have to get that percentage up is that if we fail to, it could impact our receipt of state and federal grant funds. As a county, B County is one of over 200 counties in the state of Texas. We're all different, we're all unique. B County is a unfortunate member of a relatively small group of counties where our size requires and obligates a greater level of financial wherewithal than our tax base can provide. And so reliance on state and federal grants is critical and crucial to the continuing operation of the county, and without which we would certainly have a very angry auditor and not a lot for her to be protecting. So it's incredibly important. It was here to give us an update to see where we are. Nobody's here to present on that. My office will handle that internally, and I will proceed unless there's any further discussion that anybody wants to make on this matter.
The only thing I'd like to say, Judge, I have to appreciate this particular report had all the counties listed.
Mhm.
And when you go back and compare B County to a lot of the others, we're doing real well. Some of them are in pretty bad shape, and B County's done their job. I know there's been years in the past where it was hard. We had staff changes, one thing and another, but that's all seems to be taken care of, and B County's doing well.
They are. They
We're
are.
we're real proud of them, because it's not an easy thing to do, because it all has to come together in one place. And getting the information sometimes is not easy. So my kudos to the folks that are putting that together.
Well said. Thank you, Commissioner. Any further comments? Hearing none, we'll move on. Agenda item number 10, approve professional services contract for forensic pathologist to provide autopsy and related services at contracted funeral home facility between B County and Ray Fernandez, MD, PLLC, Inc., professional service provider.
Move to approve with a comment.
I have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Commissioner DeWitt, you have the floor.
The comment is, I don't know whether y'all remember about, I'm guessing, 5 years ago, we had nobody that would do the job.
It was a stressful moment
It
in
was a
time.
real stressful time, and I have to appreciate this company, this gentleman that continued to do that, and we're very fortunate to have this close. But at one time, we were having a hard time because there was a lot going on. We're looking at the valley, we were looking at Austin area and everything else, so I'm glad this is coming before the court. Lockhart, yes.
Everything else.
So
Sheriff,
this-
does this one meet y'all's criminal investigation data?
Corpus is a little closer. We just used Lockhart last week. We have a contract with him, but Dr. Fernandez has been there a long time, so, and he's good, he's professional, so it'd be good for us.
Okay.
Is this
Thank
is this the gentleman that we contracted with before?
Yes.
Okay, so it's a renewal.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Renewal.
I don't know how much we use them or not. I don't know what our JPs.
We're not using Lockhart a lot, but with, this is closer.
And the turnaround time. I know that's a concern.
I know sometimes it depends on the case too, I don't know what's going on, so we'll leave that discretion totally up to the sheriff's office.
Judge, I do know that Atascosa County is getting a medical examiner
Wow.
department, so I don't know when that's coming, but I do know it is coming.
That's great.
So it's closer if needed.
And I was going to say, if there's anybody in the audience who has a child that's currently in college or in medical school, is thinking, what do I want to do with my life? Please, for the love of all things necessary, please push them into, I'm not sure what kind of, what do they call medical doctors that perform, what are they?
Forensics?
Forensic I'm not sure. Whatever it is, we need more medical examiners in the state of Texas. When Corpus Christi shut down, we went to Lockhart because it was, and they're great. And she is, the medical examiner there is way overloaded and has been for many years. But she was the only option. It was the only option, and that's crazy. You're talking about 30, 40 counties.
Because, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't we bring in somebody from Louisiana and they talked to us and we looked at trying to put a medical office here in
Yeah, we
Beeville?
did.
Yes,
Yeah, we
yes.
considered it.
We
and
did.
The upfront cost is just
That's
staggering.
correct.
So anyway, so this is great.
Yes.
I've got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion passes without exception. Agenda item number 11, approve appointment of Michelle Mattis, B County Tax Assessor Collector, to perform and calculate the tax rate according to the Property Tax Code, or the Texas Property Tax Code, Section 26.04, Subpart C.
Move to approve.
Second.
I've got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Do a good job for us this year. We want 100% recovery. If there's no further discussion, all those in favor? That is the expectation. If there's no further discussion, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion passes without exception, and that was part of the motion, I think, my 100% recovery, so. Agenda item number 12, this is the big one. So approved request for roadway improvements on Finner Street for Beeville Independent School District. Commissioner Farias, you have the floor, sir.
Okay, Judge, as you see in your packets, you have a few pages attached that y'all can review over that. We've gone through, the school has asked us, since with this new school coming now, they are changing their bus route to Finner Street only, ingress and egress. And the buses are, their calculations there, they're 10-foot wide from mirror to mirror, coming and going and things like that. The road needs to be improved on one side to keep it safe. All right, we're gonna trim some trees. I've already talked to some neighbors. Jonathan's gone to talk to a couple of them. And we've also, there's 2 lights that we can put on that are pretty simple to get up there. There's a transformer on one. And the request, I dropped all the Finner Street project request. And while we were sitting in the audience waiting to get started, some of the material, I'm gonna put you on the spot. Yes, sir. Okay. Spall Glass said that they could, instead of us getting the wrap material and buying it, they could probably use some of the material they dug out from the school that's piled up there on the side, and it would shave about $16,000 off of this proposal to bring it down. So I know we're gonna have to put the auditor on the spot here, but we're looking for another $39,000 to complete this project and widen that road 4 feet on one side. Okay. Any just
Good question. Road and Bridge, can y'all do this job? So what we're looking at is adding 4 feet, correct me if I'm wrong, 4 feet to the existing roadway and kind of upgrading the roadway that we have so it'll be in good shape, and do all this before the school opens?
We can do it.
And 39,000 plus the material that will be donated will take care of the job?
This is an independent quote, right?
Yes, sir.
This
Okay.
is our quote. This is,
So this is a third-party quote, though, that we're looking at, not an internal quote.
Okay, but y'all,
Yeah,
go
this is what
ahead.
I came up with, kind of just, see at the moment. It's not exactly, that's why I put on there rough estimate, the numbers could be worked with. These are just average prices of, maybe contractors may charge. Like I said, we can work with these prices and bring them down. I just kind of upped it because, we don't know what we can run into as we start this project, because it's also going to be including blade work, widening it 4 feet, adding extra material for ground law, stuff like that, so we have to take that into consideration.
and on the, let me interject some, on the half mile that belongs to the county, that Finner Street's in very good shape.
It is.
It's got some little pieces that have eaten away on the side, but what we're looking for is the safety of the buses coming and going, as they're meeting each other on the road, to make sure that they have enough room, that they don't have to, one set of tires falls off on the side and, cause a problem. So the road has been maintained, the road and bridge has maintained it very, very well. We do have some oak trees that need to be trimmed back a little bit, some branches that extend out into the county. But other than that, we could do on the east side of that road, I think that it can be done all the way to the city.
Two things that I need to know. Okay, when will the buses start using that road, Superintendent?
They'll start using that road in August.
Okay, when can we have that road ready? Because August is 2 months away, and which means you've got roughly June to get it done. How long, I guess my question is, if you started today, how long would it take you to complete the project?
Roughly about, we're estimating maybe 1 to 2 weeks.
Okay.
That's not including, stuff that comes up, emergency wise, like the storm we've been having that pulls us off the projects that we're doing now. So, that can come into play, but if we were just to focus our time on just that with the crew that we may put on it, it could take about 1 to 2 weeks.
Because, correct me if I'm wrong, once you start, pretty much everything else in the county will stop while you're focusing on that to get it done. Is that,
Not necessarily, because we have other people that are,
Okay.
of course, it slows down projects that we're working on already, but,
Same thing
this will probably take, 5
miles.
okay.
Including, equipment, traffic control, signage, you know, for safety with traffic, of course, that'll be the summer months, so we won't have to be worried about
Changing the bus route.
traffic, so that'll help a lot.
Is there anything else that this court needs to do to help you besides just say, okay, we've got the money to do it, go do it? Is that all you need? Is that approval to start?
Really control the traffic, you know, but there's a lot of traffic there, if we got a lot of equipment in there, it's gonna create a problem.
Okay,
Every
so,
now and then, you know, every sheriff, city, you know, passes there, control traffic wise.
so would that involve the sheriff's office on the traffic,
Well,
possibly?
or we can block it, one or the other.
Okay, do we need to add that in our motion to be able to block the road as necessary for traffic control?
There,
Or is that a given?
Or,
be the
you know,
That-
we can make it a one line, you know, deal, we're gonna be working on one side only.
Okay.
I've got a quick,
yeah, go ahead.
I just have a question on just on the numbers, because we're doing this internally. So the rough estimates that you put together, are these like line item number 5, furnish and install cold mix asphalt? Are we having to buy the cold mix asphalt? Or
Yes.
do we have it
Yeah.
in stock?
Yeah, we'd have to order some more.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's not necessarily our price that we're paying. It may be less. I have to go back and look and see what we're paying from Vulcan, because, you know, we're locked in at a price when we do those contracts, so.
Understood. And then the one below it, final shaping and cleanup.
That's more of just labor.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, okay.
I just included labor of the crew, just to, you know, when Commissioner Farias came to us about it, I wanted to add that in there as well.
I appreciate it. This is
Yeah.
great for us to get an
It
idea
is,
of the
yes.
actual, of what the actual cost to the county is. And the same, I would presume the same is true for 2 and 3, that's labor costs?
Yes, sir, yeah.
Okay,
The 3 and 5 are mainly the material. Those are the material.
okay. So, and then
Prices.
potentially, or,
Potentially the wrap base, as we talked to Spot Gas there, they can get us the material that they have right there next to the school.
right, that's 4, right? And
that's-
that's.
That'll be
about
3.
$16,000
It'll replace the wrap with caliche.
in this.
There's a 6.
Now, how long will it take to get the coal mix in? I know there was a problem getting it ordered and getting it delivered. Is that still takes a while or not?
It may be because the TxDOT is starting to do their pave work, so
Right.
that slows us down. We just have to get with
So
Vulcan.
that would be the limiting factor is,
But if we got some in stock, we'll use the one that I got in stock and then replace it later, you know, that ain't gonna hold it back.
okay. Do
So-
we, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, our total cost, actual cost is gonna be south of 30,000. Is that fair?
Yeah, more or less. That's if we're given the
I'm gonna say
caliche
about 30.
Okay.
for the foundation. That'll run about 6 inches wide before we lay that D-plus coal mix on top.
I got you, and I'm sorry I interrupted.
We need to, if they need 30, we need to approve more in case there's cost
Yeah,
overruns.
we can, I'm okay with.
You know, not to exceed.
Where are we pulling this from?
Can we use road and bridge funds?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Because road and bridge has a fund balance that we're able to pull from for, because to me, this is a
It is road and
type
bridge.
of emergency expense, I mean, we have one or two to get it done.
absolutely.
So, I recommend using road and bridge.
Do we think 40,000 gives you enough buffer zone? I don't want to for y'all to face a situation where we're 2 weeks into this and costs are more than we thought. Does 40 give you enough buffer, you think?
I think so, yeah. think that'll
Commissioners,
help.
are we comfortable with that? Is enough buffer? Do we want to go a little higher?
No, I agree, because you don't know what you're gonna run into.
I don't want them to have to come back. I
Well,
don't
and
want
you're
us to
looking
have
at
to come
fuel
back.
cost, you know, everything. I
How
agree.
confident are you with your estimates, Jonathan?
Pretty confident, I mean.
That's unfair.
I did this over the weekend, so.
Target on it right there.
I think so. Because you're not, we know that's also including like breakdowns that we may have.
50, yeah.
Because it's gonna stay in there
Yeah.
anyway if we move it.
That's right, yeah, I kind
agree,
of was
50.
thinking this was a third-party quote. and I was
Yeah.
like, no, it's like
I agree with
also
50.
internal's a lot easier, okay.
Another thing there, when you begin, those blocks, Mesquite, Magnolia, they're all done. If you barricade one, they can just go right around the block and keep going down. It's not gonna, once school starts, ends, once school ends,
Yeah.
it's gonna reduce the traffic.
And we're going to be working more on the east side, correct?
Yes,
On the
the
east
east
side.
side.
We're not going to touch the west side, so.
No, because those fence lines aren't even close.
You know, something else is we've got those,
Digital.
digital,
Oh, y'all just
we
stealing
can
his
use
thunder.
those and put
I was trying to get
All
it
right,
out. I
Ryan.
couldn't get it out.
Ryan, go ahead and tell us, Ryan.
One call, that's all.
We have the two boards y'all can use, they're at the office.
Okay.
we need to approve the lights at the same time,
How does
Commissioner.
the-
Emergency.
Just say it's emergency.
Alright.
Oh, lights too.
I would recommend we do the lights at the same agenda item.
I'm working on the lights as we speak.
What's and this is AEP?
AEP.
And
One
is
of
it
them
a
already has a
completely new
transformer, so
pole?
it's very,
Like a new pole, or are they adding lights to
they're
existing
just adding a
poles?
light, just like on Dagmar.
What does it cost?
To add
Well,
light,
if it's got a
gonna-
transformer,
It's not a whole pole.
$800?
No, $139 to put a new light if
Yeah,
the transformer is built.
it
Okay,
can be included in that.
Yeah, I would
so just make it
do it at the same time.
roadway improvements and lighting?
Yes,
lighting.
there you go.
Not to exceed
Well,
50,000.
Not to exceed 50,000.
Yeah.
And can we make this an emergency?
Yes, and
It
it
is
needs to say
emergency.
an emergency.
We've got 60
So the
days
motion
to-
needs to include the
They
word
have the
emergency.
superintendent's new road in.
All right. Yes, Jonathan?
Also, another thing was the signs that they were requesting
Oh, I'm sorry.
for,
I'm gonna put those on the next agenda.
okay.
because They require the verbiage and everything to go in the 30 days.
Oh,
The
with the
public
little red
hearing.
line and
Yeah, the
everything.
little red line, yeah. Those aren't that, they won't make that big of a difference.
We haven't given
Commissioner DeWitt?
anybody from BISD an opportunity to
Yes, we're having a
tell us
conversation.
exactly what it is that they need. There's no pressure. Do y'all have anything to add? I just wanted to acknowledge y'all. Thank y'all for being present this morning.
No, we want to thank you all, because I think you covered it all. The biggest aspect is we're excited because we have a new school that will be here in the community real soon, Beeville Elementary School, and it's a great one. We'd love to take you all on a tour so you can see the amazing work and the great things that's going to happen there. But the most thing, one of the things that has been a concern for most of our community members and citizens has been about traffic control and all those things. And so when we built the school, having the parent drop off in the front, buses in the back, and then our special education on the side, we did it with trying to alleviate as much traffic in the community as possible. And so this, what you all are considering as a possible approval, will help us to do that. We'll continue that work and make sure, number one, we keep our schools safe, but also have an effective way of managing the traffic and all those different things. And so it's a team effort, so we just really appreciate that.
Thank you so much, Superintendent Travis Fanning, for the record. Anybody else? Okay, thank y'all very much. At this point in time, if there's no further discussion necessary, I'd entertain a motion.
Judge, I'd like to make a motion that we have an emergency, we approve $50,000 as the emergency fund to improve the road improvements and lighting on Finner Street.
I'll second that.
I've got a motion and a second. Does that tick all the boxes?
Does it?
Okay, I've got a motion and a
Does that
second.
take care of what y'all need also? And y'all?
Spyglass? Okay.
You, Ryan? Tax office?
I'll get a county project number shortly.
Okay, good, thank you.
Thank you, Francis.
There's no further discussion. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes without exception. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for the work, Road and Bridge. Jonathan, thank you. Yes, sir.
When can we get started?
Lisa,
About 20 minutes?
is it dry enough? I mean, I know there was a little rain, but, yeah, you can.
Before lunch.
You get started now. And thank you to BISD. We're excited for y'all's
Mr.
in
Steele,
school.
thank you so much.
Glad the project is going well. Thank you for your presence, your attention this morning. Really do appreciate it. Y'all are welcome to leave if you want, but you're also welcome to stay.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome. And thank you to Spyglass as well. I'm sorry, I should have mentioned that. Thank you
Looking
for
great
being
out
here.
there. Really good. Look forward to a tour whenever we get a chance.
And any help you can provide us with material would be great. Agenda item number 13, approve renewal of participation application for Law Enforcement Support Office with Defense Logistics Agency. I'm guessing Sheriff, Chief Deputy, this is y'all's agenda item?
You caught him.
I didn't
You
mean
caught
to.
him.
I'm sorry.
You caught
DPS It's surplus equipment,
Okay, perfect.
basically what it is.
I move to approve. I want to know about this robot that I'm reading about in here too.
I've got a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion. I'm going to give it to Commissioner Olivares. He's got to get on the
Yeah,
board.
you gotta
Yeah, on the board. Come on, guys. We need rebounds. We need shots. We need good defense. Okay, so what is this robot?
Don't know anything about a robot.
It's listed.
You can get a robot?
It's
Oh,
on
man, that sounds like a new toy.
Page 244, it says, robot, one of each type for every 10 officers, full-time, part-time.
Do we need to set up a hotline for cats stuck in trees so we can get that robot deployed?
I'm assuming it's the kind on wheels, but I saw that and I had to call it out.
Well, there's a lot of different equipment, but basically we have an for a firearm.
There you go. There's lots of goodies on
You
this
may be
list.
leaving stuff on the table that you didn't know about. Let's get those robots to
It's the
Beeville.
first item, robot. Anyway, I digress, Judge.
But it was good. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion passes without exception. Agenda item number 14, approve statewide interoperability memorandum of understanding between B County and Department of Public Safety Information Technology Division. This is, oh, okay, right.
It's just every 2 years, I guess we're supposed to renew it, and it just, so we can continue to utilize radio frequencies that are already programmed into everybody's radios, just to improve interoperability between other agencies. So we have to do it every 2 years, and Chief put in for a grant, and they found that ours was expired, so we brought it before the court to sign so we can get it back in good standings.
Excellent. And I know it's not directly on the agenda, so please keep your comment incredibly brief. It's tangentially related. It's close enough that I think I can bring it up under this agenda item. Regarding interoperability, have our local first responders, law enforcement agencies made any progress on figuring out what direction we're going to go in this new age of?
It's looking like the state system is the most feasible for a lot of the fire departments. The biggest concern with some of the fire departments was the mutual aid that they currently provide to other counties. Switching to a 800 system would hinder their ability to communicate with them during a mutual aid call.
Right.
So the other way is kind of the way I think we're leaning. We're still doing a few numbers, getting some numbers together so we can provide it to the court and allow them to give you all a presentation as well, so y'all are hearing exactly what we're hearing before we make our final decision.
Right. Thank you so much, Ron, for that. Any further discussion? I don't think I've had a motion. Do I have a motion on this one yet?
Move to approve?
I've got a
Second.
motion now and a second. Tino on the
Have to
board.
catch
for
up.
double of that. There's no further discussion. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion passes without exception. We have, oh yeah, why don't you just make an announcement real quick? Oh, I didn't know what you said. but,
Oh, okay,
you know,
no.
I'm happy.
Just want to make sure that we recognize Ms. Mattis for being an officer, being recognized in the state tax assessor collectors.
Can you tell us what this is?
She is the president.
You're the president?
The president.
It's
Of what?
always,
Texas School Assessor Association.
Texas
School Assessor Association.
School Assessor Association. Congratulations. Thank you for,
Let's give her a
for
round of
making
applause,
B County look
Judge.
good. Yeah.
very good.
100%. All right. We have no executive session items. I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I got a motion. We're never going to get a second. 'Cause Commissioner Lenny's not here.
Second.
Oh, I got a second. All right. Got a motion and a second. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you all for your time, presence, and patience this morning.
Jonathan, Ray?